Hi there folks again. It's just me talking about some of the visions again that I've had about the life and times during the 1,000 years of peace, when things are going to be a lot more fun and very much stressless than they are in these days of the 21st century and all the other centuries before the 1,000 years of peace. Yes, for us believers, those who called upon the name of the Lord Jesus, and those who are allowed into heaven, will have times of authority and times of responsibility. There'll be times of learning as well, and I made a list, and times of being responsible with the people around us, the community, those being the natural people, the flesh and blood people, the survivors of Armageddon. We'll still be responsible with them. We'll need to be responsible with them, helping them to develop a society, a better society that actually works. One that can help control their sin nature, because they will still have the old Adamic nature, that old tendency to be selfish or to break the rules. That'll still be there even during the 1,000 years of peace. But it won't be there for us, those with the regenerated bodies, those with the regenerated natures and our resurrected bodies. We will be free of all that, of the temptation and of self and of the old flesh. So we'll still be responsible. There will still be things to do. We'll still need to be responsible with the property, with the land the Lord will be giving us, in terms of building up the houses, building up our gardens, however big a garden you want, whether you've been given an acreage and you can grow, thousands of bushels of whatever to help feed the people, or caring for livestock, in terms of livestock, in terms of just creating a natural zoo, because there won't be livestock in terms of slaughtering animals or killing animals, because again, we won't need to do that. The whole nature of the planet will be changed. So there won't be anything in terms of killing people or killing animals. That won't exist. But there will be people who have zoo-like acreages, where they will have plenty of cats as well as cattle and buffalo, and even as I mentioned before, even dinosaurs and things like that. So that kind of livestock, that kind of person or responsibility. Plus, apart from our responsibilities and our authorities, there will be times when we can just settle down and have games, and that's specifically what this video is about, talking about some of the visions that I've had about some of the games that we'll be playing. And I've had plenty of dreams about this, and some of the dreams of some of the stuff that we're going to be doing is pretty amazing. I've had dreams that take place during the 1,000 years of peace, and those games are really super cool. They're so awesome. They're so fun. Plus, I've had dreams where I've had a vision about far into the future, into the distant future. That's some of the games that we'll be playing after the 1,000 years of peace, when God recreates a whole new heaven and a whole new earth. And we get to explore life out there in the far reaches of our galaxy, and in the far reaches of the other galaxies out there too. But for now, this is going to be mainly about the games we'll be playing during the 1,000 years of peace. And it might be a little lengthy, and this might be a two-part video, but I'll try to get through some of these, because they're pretty amazing, some of the games. And these are just the games that I've seen, and these are just the games that I will be developing. And I'm sure every other believer that's going to be there will have their own games as well, and they'll be developing their own games, and inviting people into the things that they develop too. So these are just some of the games that I've come up with, and some of the games that I've seen, and in my dreams and in my visions that I've actually participated in. And I'm actually looking forward to catching up with those particular games and doing it in real life, and not just in a dream state or in a vision state. Some of the games, there'll be live action games, there will be thought games, there will be dream games, and there will also be galaxy games. The live action games again will be done in the time-space realm with our physical bodies, and there will be times when we can suspend our eternal nature and just deal with the physical time and space, being a victim of gravity, if you will, and falling and stuff like that. But when we of the regenerated nature fall, say off a building, or if we accidentally roll down a mountain or stuff like that, again, we will suffer no broken bones. We will never get sick. We will never get injured. So rolling down a mountainside, 1,000 feet or something, it will be no big deal. We can easily just get up. Or we could even be caught in the middle of an avalanche and watch all these boulders roll down on top of us. We'll have the little pebbles just bounce off of us, and the big, large boulders will just pass through us. Again, we will never suffer injury or anything like that. And so our physical natures will allow us to play all sorts of games, live action games. As for thought games, I'll get into one of the live action games. Thought games in terms of playing a global or even a celestial galactic hide and seek. Because we will have the nature where we can think ourselves from one place to the other. We don't physically have to travel from one side of the planet to the other. If we want, we could think ourselves to the Australian region and boom, we're there. Or we could think ourselves to the European region and boom, we're there. Instantly, at the speed of thought, we can think ourselves from one place to the other without taking the time to actually go there. Jesus demonstrated that when he appeared in the room of the disciples several times. The doors were closed, the doors were locked, and boom! All of a sudden, he was there. And because he and we will have mastery over the laws of nature, thinking ourselves from one place to the other instantly will certainly save a lot of time, and it will allow us to do a lot more in terms of our authorities and our responsibilities. We will take the time and we'll get those done. And when it comes time to play the games, we can instantly do that too. So there's going to be so much more time and so much more things to do during the 1,000 years of peace. So apart from the responsibilities, we've got the games such as the thought games, and there will also be dream games. I'm sure a lot of the angels, those who appear to people in various dreams up until now, or up until the 1,000 years of peace, they will show us how to access the dreams, or while we're in heaven, the Lord will show us where to access the dream realms, so that if we want to, we could just lay ourselves down to sleep, down to rest in a nice hammock somewhere on the property that the Lord will be giving us, and then we'll just leave the time-space universe and leave the eternal universe where God and our eternal bodies exist, and just go into the dream realm, and we can play dream games there too.